Hey everyone, welcome to Comics Experiment, the weekly show that we do over here at Comicstorian. Been going on for 5 years now. We get together and talk about something in the world of comic books. Sometimes we'll make you mad, sometimes we'll make you love us. Most of the time, you'll laugh at Andy making fun of us. Anyway.
Yeah. You're welcome, Internet.
Today's topic is going to be Moon Knight versus Batman. Not the direct battle version, although we'll probably get to that discussion eventually. But more...
I mean, and then Moon Knight throws a Moonerang, and then Batman throws a Batarang, and then they both punch each other.
Goes random bullshit go. Random bat bullshit go.
But we'll talk about... We'll be talking about the show, we'll be talking about Batman the movie, and then we'll be talking about their power sets, who's different, what their storylines are like, and why Moon Knight is not Marvel's version of Batman, or is he? Hey everyone, today's episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios' Moon Knight flavored G Fuel. It's flavored like moonberries, because that's a real thing. We'll try to guess what it is. But yes, Moon Knight. Marvel Studios' Moon Knight. You can watch on Disney+. This is the flavor from G Fuel. It is moonberry-tastic, but I can't place it. It's like a grape-ish kind of flavor. That's kind of what it is. But moonberries, are they real? I don't even know if they're real. But Marvel Studios Moon Knight, check it out on Disney+, and go check out our sponsor G Fuel for the Moon Knight flavored stuff. The cup is really cool, the shaker, because it's got Marvel Studios Moon Knight right here, right there. And I want to take a comment here because we just did a promotion for the Morbius one.
Okay.
And
Does it taste like blood?
No, it tastes like nectarines. But
they couldn't even go with
my blood tastes like, actually. How did they know?
They couldn't even go with like a blood orange?
No, it was nectarines.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, like...
You know what?
But I found the comments hilarious because obviously Morbius, the general consensus is, well, I heard it's bad, so it's a terrible movie. So
half of it's good.
So in order to promote a
not
Morbius-themed drink, I literally just put up there, here's the Morbius drink, tastes like nectarines. What did you think about Morbius if you're going to go see it? And I said, don't listen to the haters. Form your own opinion. That was what I said. Form your own opinion.
That was a bad idea on the internet.
Because and then the general response.
It's not what people want to hear.
And all I was saying was, if you got the money and you like the Sonyverse, go check it out. That's literally it. And if you don't bother. It's all
Then
to you.
Sonic comes out the following weekend.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm actually excited.
I do too,
Yeah. So anyway, I put that up there, and then so many people are like, "Oh, he's sold out. He's sold out." First off, I want to clarify that live here on a video. If you're saying
I'm
that
not sure what he's gonna say, so this should be fun.
what I'm saying is, if you're thinking we sold out with the Morbius drink, G Fuel has been our sponsor for like 3 years.
Sure, the one I always remember is the Nemesis drink because I always thought that's a weird thing to have a drink based off of. But yeah. And that came out with whatever Resident Evil game, Resident Evil 3 remake, I guess.
Yeah.
I just remember Benny would always make the joke of gamers, sweat, and tears is the flavor he wanted to make.
That's not the what I want at all.
But I find it hilarious that we've sold out now with the Morbius drink.
Yeah.
I haven't been promoting our ongoing sponsor G Fuel for years now. No, it was with the Morbius drink. And secondly, if the sellout point was me telling you to form your own opinion on something, then you haven't been listening to me for 5 years because I've said that for 5 years. Well, I've been saying it every podcast.
Yeah.
You should form your own opinions on stuff. Whatever, sell out.
You should just go listen to what the internet tells you to think.
What a loser.
It's actually funny because people, we only started doing the reviews now. There's a big reason there's two big reasons I don't join them on our weekly review show that you can find over at our Patreon, patreon.com/Comicstorian.
Nice.
Where Andy and Dan do weekly reviews of the current comic books. There's two reasons for that. One, I have a lot of things on my plate, so making sure that I read every comic's a lot harder. So they can make sure they read every comic that they, in Andy's case, that he wants to read, and every comic in the case of Dan.
Yeah. That's basically it.
But the other reason is I've never been a fan of giving somebody my opinion and it becoming the opinion of multiple people, which used to happen. If I said I didn't like a comic book, people would just parrot me, and I don't like that. Mm-hmm. So I've always said go form your own opinion.
He does not like that.
So form your own opinion.
Yeah, your own opinion.
You two are great. I really appreciate
I parrot him, but you parrot me. Yeah, that's good.
I appreciate this.
I'm here for you.
I feel like we've been doing this show for 5 years now, but it really only came into its own 3 years ago when Andy joined.
You're welcome, Internet. I should make that my business. I go on to different people's podcasts and save them.
It's like
Make them better.
it's like the bar nightmares or whatever.
Yeah. Exact same thing.
Podcast nightmares.
Podcast nightmares.
All right,
That
so you-
actually kind of sounds like it'd be fun.
It's not bad.
Just me making fun of people.
I was gonna
I
say,
just-
prepare to have your feelings hurt.
It's a podcast, and I also know someone's going to comment here. It took them this long to talk about Moon Knight and Batman. Have you never heard of a podcast? Anyway.
Especially ours.
Oh, what? Like in terms of getting to the point?
Oh yeah, whenever we title it like Moon Knight versus
Yeah,
Batman,
yeah,
there's always somebody that's like, I didn't want to hear you guys just chit chat. Wrong show, buddy.
You shouldn't listen to podcasts as a whole.
Anyway, Dan, do we have any other sponsors this week?
No, besides our Patreons as well at patreon.com/Comicstorian and our Twitch subscribers at twitch.tv/Comicstorian, where we record this live every Thursday at roughly 2 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, we do. We also do a show on Tuesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. We should probably try and get those. Excuse me. Try and get those lined up.
He's speaking the black speech.
The what?
What?
It's from Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Evil language.
I did not go there with that comment.
Well, sorry. It's from Lord of the Rings. It's the language of Mordor.
Appreciate the clarification.
Yeah, I feel like that's needed in this day and age of the internet.
Hey, it's not my fault.
All right, so
Somebody go back and find Tolkien and tell him not to name it that.
all right, so Moon Knight or Batman? What do you guys want to talk about first? Because we're going to talk about the movie, we'll talk about the show, and then we'll go into the differences and how they separate from each other outside of current media.
I like Batman. Hey, we talked about him. I don't know. I don't mean I
Just the movie in general.
I like
wanna-
the movie,
I like the movie.
The Batman, and I like the show Moon Knight. I have not seen episode 2 as of right now, though.
I have not, but I've seen the spoilers. So
I've
let me
seen
tell
it.
you.
I watched it last night. So.
Yeah, we're not going to go too deep into episode 2 just because of when we're filming this right now.
That's fine. I want to spoil it for you guys, though. Is that cool?
Yeah,
I'll
that's fine.
write down stuff.
It's cool. The internet did it already. Well, yes. Okay. So I'm loving the show, but my biggest complaint with episode 1 of the show, and from what I understand, has not been rectified in episode 2.
Good word usage.
Well, now you just stopped me like right there.
I'm proud of you for saying
He's
rectified.
like, thank you.
You just liked the comment I found on our Dungeons and Dragons channel, Dungeons and Ale. I found a comment that on Andy's thing because he was DMing one of our games, and it said, "Well, Andy's just Benny with a better vocabulary."
I mean, this is true. Whenever we get something described, I'm like, wow, I can actually see this.
Although I think I'm using the word ornate as much as Ben uses pulsating. So that apparently that's my pulsating.
You know what? That's fair.
Could something
I could
be
definitely say it.
pulsatingly ornate?
I don't think so. I'd have to look that up.
I think for the most part, most things don't really pulsate as much as you think they do.
When it's a fleshy mass that you're fighting, it does.
Not many things
Let's
are
move
made of
past
fleshy
All
mass.
right. Batman and
If you
Moon
want to
Knight.
know more context of that, check out Dungeons and Ale, our Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Or stay confused and keep watching the podcast.
Okay, so
option.
Batman movie I thought was great. I think it did a great job of finally portraying Batman as a detective.
Yes, I agree.
I have gone on record stating I felt it was a little too long, but I'm also going on
Indeed.
record stating that may have been because I was watching it at 11 p.m.
Sure, and we're
That's way past my bedtime.
Yeah.
Moon Knight I did enjoy fully. My biggest complaint about it is that episode 1, the whole idea of Steven just felt like somebody had the script for a movie and they said, well, let's make it 6 episodes, stretch out Steven's role.
I mean, it's kind of been all of the Disney Plus
which
Marvel
has been
shows.
a consistent complaint that I've had with all
Yeah.
the Disney Plus shows. Peacemaker felt like a show.
Yeah. I can see
Disney
that.
Plus
can see
ones
that.
have felt like long movies.
Right. Yeah,
Like
I can see that.
WandaVision felt like it was a show, and so did
Literally,
Loki.
it was a show within
I
a
was
show
going to
within a
say it
show.
only felt like a show because it was a show. In the
And
show.
Loki kind of felt like a show, but Falcon Winter Soldier felt like a really long movie, and so
Yeah,
is
yes,
Moon Knight. So far. But I have enjoyed both of them. I would recommend both of them. This is not a situation of like, I don't want to watch The Flash, Dan.
Yeah,
Is
well,
that what he
I
says
mean,
when he calls you? I don't want to do it.
pretty
You do
much.
it.
That's pretty much most weeks.
Not wrong.
It's, I don't want to watch this to review it. You do it, I'll do it next week. I don't really want to watch this.
yeah.
I'm too behind. You do this
So
week.
now I don't even know what's going on. You might as well watch
I'm
them
keeping
all.
up with Young Justice, so I'll take Young Justice.
Young
you
Justice
can have the
is
Flash.
good though. Young
Okay?
Justice, no, that's a bad trade. I don't like that trade.
Hey, you're not allowed to watch Young
Yeah,
Justice.
you can't watch Young Justice.
All right.
We'll get to the topic eventually, I swear. So anyway, Moon Knight versus Batman.
We said the topic
Yeah.
several times.
So the problem with Moon Knight, up until finally coming out in the show, is as Moon Knight fans, and I know you're a Moon Knight fan, and I'm a
The
Moon Knight
current
fan.
comic you
I am a
should
current
be
fan.
reading is
And-
fantastic.
Because of the current comic, I went back and read some of the older ones, the older story arcs that a lot of people say is like the best Moon Knight story arcs, and a lot of those are good.
Yeah.
So
Not
The
as
issue
good
with
as the
Moon
current
Knight
one.
is that because he's so before the show, CD tier over at Marvel.
yeah, he was never like a big character.
A lot
Even
of
though he's been on the Avengers, he was on the West Coast Avengers. Like he's had some good story arcs, but he was just never that.
He's forgettable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like nobody really thinks about him.
yeah. So the writers would always do different things with him. Like there's one story arc, and we just did a short for it that'll be putting out very soon, in which he sees, instead of all the different variations, he sees Captain America. It's Captain America, Wolverine, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And those are like his devil and
alternate
angel on
person.
his shoulders,
Yeah,
telling him what to
That's
do.
actually kind of cool.
His
I
alternate
like that.
personalities. Yeah,
Yeah.
he takes the persona of different heroes.
Yeah, so like somebody did that with that, and then we have the standard Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, Jake Lockley. Is that the
Yeah,
other
I
one?
think that's his
And
other
Mr. Knight.
Mr. Knight.
I do like Mr. Knight.
Yeah. So he's always been kind of in flux as to what he actually is, and even
Yeah.
his powers are kind of in flux.
At times he's got like some sort of super strength and healing, and other times
Right.
he's just gadgets and random bullshit.
Yeah, it's like it's a question of did Khonshu give him powers
Yeah.
or is he just possessing?
Yeah. And then there's even the comic idea of, is Khonshu even real, or is this just another manifestation of his dissociative disorder?
Yeah.
So, Moon Knight, that's the problem, I think, with Moon Knight, though. He looks like Batman on a quick glance.
Sure, yeah.
You know, obviously he's all white and Batman's 90% of the time all black. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
but he looks and he has things like moonerangs and stuff like that. So the overall consensus of Moon Knight before the show, and I'm hoping it'll kind of change that idea, is that he's Marvel's Batman. Because people wouldn't look into him with the Egyptian gods and all this other stuff that he had going on.
Yeah.
Batman, if you don't know who Batman is, we gotta...
This guy
Andy,
dresses like a bat.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
basically it. And he's in a cave
Yeah.
that might have bats.
Sometimes.
it does have bats.
Sometimes.
Why would the cave not have bats?
You never know. He could have a pest control come through.
I mean, the basic premise is Batman is he's a psychopathic
Yeah.
billionaire that dresses like a bat and beats up poor people.
You're not wrong.
Like technically speaking.
It was finally brought to the forefront
best
of White
description.
Knight.
vengeance. Even though none of these people did anything wrong to him.
I love there's an SNL skit. I don't know if you ever saw it, where it was Bruce Wayne having a gala for like the poor side of Gotham.
Yeah, I did see
Oh,
that,
yeah.
And they're all in.
He's beating us up.
I was just carrying my groceries home, and
he's
then
like,
I had to
well,
get my jaw wired shut.
Batman hates all crime. Yeah, but he kind of focuses on our neighborhood a lot. I did see that skit.
That's a good skit. I like that one.
I'm trying to find the power listing for Moon Knight. I don't even think it's listed properly. Like,
Just go to Wikipedia.
I'm on Wikipedia. It's not.
Yeah, $5 says I can find it before you.
I'm probably gonna have to go to the Marvel version because I'm on the general one to get the power listing. I
You
wanna
got to
see-
go to the Moonopedia.
Oh, it's a whole paragraph because it changes. Okay. So Batman's power set is above average strength, stamina, endurance.
He's physically beyond that of a mortal man.
Right, basically.
Or, no, what is it? The peak of human condition or something like that is what they
Yeah.
always say for like, yeah, you can totally do stuff and we don't have to explain it.
He can only leap across buildings with no powers
He's
at
a
all.
top tier person. He's S tier
He's S tier on a tier list.
of humans.
So that's his powers, and then it's just gadgets, and then the gadgets are only important depending on the writer. Some
Sure,
writers
yeah,
lean
yeah.
into the gadgets. Some writers
He's like
doesn't have 'em.
Batman.
Fun
or James
fact:
Bond.
he's got lollipops in his bat belt, very close to the smoke bombs.
That is true.
I like that.
I'll change the pocket.
I do like that has come up multiple times, and not even all of them written by Tom Taylor.
Yeah,
That he has lollipops
That's
next to
fantastic.
smoke bombs. Continuity, people. You know we love it. While Mark Spector, on the other hand, has died and been resurrected as Khonshu. Due to his brain being altered by Khonshu, he is resistant to telepathic and psychic attacks. He experiences visions of prophecy and enhanced insight. Some initially believed that these visions were delusions or simply by Spectre inadvertently performing self-hypnosis. But it is now known that Khonshu is real and grants him these visions.
I'm a chicken. What?
It's implied in several stories that his connection to Khonshu and the supernatural insight increases when he wears the Moon Knight costume, as it represents the vestments of the moon god.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be like his ceremonial armor.
Yeah.
In the comics, yeah. And then other times it's like he can make it, like in the show, he kind of makes it appear. But in the comics, other times it's just like a normal costume he puts on.
But then we had a villain decide to profile Mark Spector's brain, and they don't know if maybe he's getting the powers from Khonshu because of the mental illness or because of the Moon Knight costume.
Right.
Just giving you an idea of how much his stuff has changed over the years.
Well, then when during Jason Aaron's Avengers run, he took down the entire Avengers group.
I know. It's funny because we did that video, and the power scalers were like, how does it even work?
Yeah, like he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to beat up all of the Avengers.
We're going to use this jewelry to steal their stuff.
Yeah, where's the? I'm gonna slap Thor.
I'm gonna slap Thor.
He goes to Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Just beats him up in the mountain.
The best part of the Iron Fist part is like Iron Fist. It always does like the text of his moves, and with Moon Knight, it's just Fist of Khonshu, Fist of Khonshu, Fist of Khonshu.
Yeah, I remember that.
But due to his brain being altered, oh yeah, that's at the top. Okay, during the time that Moon Knight adopted golden and ivory weapons, symbolizing his status as the Fist of Khonshu, his strength, endurance, and reflexes increased depending on the phases of the moon. I do not.
That would suck.
I don't want to be the writer who's like, all right, so what phase do we give him this power?
Yeah.
That actually kind of makes sense. I like that.
I mean, it does make sense,
Yeah.
but like it also suck on like when there's a no moon.
But like that would be
God,
one of those ones where it's like the villains always go for that time.
And you're just like, oh, I'm gonna nap tonight. I'm not even gonna fight crime. I'm sure the crime will be there tomorrow.
He'll operate on a superhuman level during full moon during this portion of his run. Even on
That's
a
when he can
new moon,
fly.
he can lift several hundred pounds. So
He can lift the moon.
Strong he is.
He is a human moon.
although
like that.
it was then believed that the superhuman strength had nothing to do with Khonshu, but was also the result of self-hypnosis.
Super strong.
That would be awesome.
And a chicken.
Superstar chicken. But now it is known that Khonshu is real and directly connected to Mark Spector, and then he later removed the power from Moon Knight as punishment for disobedience and never returned it.
That is true.
Yeah. Then in Serpent War, which if you don't know is when Mark Spector Moon Knight teamed up with Conan the Barbarian through time.
Actually, I believe Moon Knight teamed up with what's the other guy? It's not Conan. It's one of Robert E. Howard's other characters.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They didn't
Conan
actually. I don't think Conan actually met Moon Knight in that.
I thought they did at the final fight. I thought at the
Maybe
final
in the
fight,
final
all the
fight,
groups
yeah.
got together.
I really hope so, because the way Conan acts, the way Moon Knight is,
Yeah.
that would be the best interaction ever.
Yeah.
So anyway, during that, the patron deity of Khonshu opted to further empower the Champion of Earth with all new abilities. He gave his herald the lion's share of the moon's supremacy's power. Mark would be endowed with all of the abilities of his namesake as the Fist of Khonshu, along with a couple of others outside of the criteria. He was given the ability to transform and change his identity at will, on top of powers over lunar effects such as creating astral rock formations consisting of planetary orbital satellites.
So how did you beat this guy? Oh, I threw the moon at him.
Raising
I'm
and
sorry, you
commanding
did
the
what?
dead. Moon Knight was able to
Weird.
raise and command the dead during this period.
That was just ripping off Black Panther.
Mummies loyal to his divinity.
T'Challa, what's up?
He could make
My dead
mummies.
versus yours.
Lunar empowerment under supermoon then gave Khonshu's will and ability to survive unaided the cold he went to space without life support.
That's the moon with a cape.
Supermoon.
Super moon.
These powers gave Moon Knight enough raw might in battle to defeat the world's most powerful heroes, the Avengers. Oh, that's how we got the power.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah. I just it was funny because it's like everyone makes fun of Moon Knight and then he whooped the shit out of all the Avengers.
Then, for a brief time, he became the host of the Immortal Phoenix Force.
Yep.
The
going to
cosmological
burn
rapture
the
that governs life, death, and rebirth throughout the universe, potentially the multiverse, possessing all typical skills and abilities of the Avatar. I believe he gave that up willingly so that Khonshu couldn't get it. Right? That was
and
that's how it
Khonshu
resolved.
wanted him to basically burn the Earth and start so that Khonshu could start over.
Yeah.
And that was when Mark was like,
And Black Panther was like, you should be doing that, bro.
yeah. And he was like, you know what? I think maybe my God went a little too far on this one.
I figured this out after I like basically beat the crap out of all my friends.
Yeah. Well, that way they know I can.
The best part about him beating the crap out of the Avengers is after it was over, they're just like, that was a dirty trick,
Not
Mark.
cool, bro.
Not cool, bro. You do what you gotta do, but
He's like, all right, cool. I'm going to go be a vigilante on the street again. They're like, yeah, man, whatever. You do you. We turned evil. It's happened. It's
The
happened.
Avengers are just like, all right, everyone gets one. Well, except the Hulk. He gets about 16. But
we're not going to tell him otherwise.
and now contrary to this, Andy, what are Batman's powers again?
Batman is a psychotic billionaire who likes to dress like a bat and beat up poor people.
it has the powers of a bat.
He's got money. That's his superpower. He's rich.
That is. It really is.
That's right. Well, and if you go off of the new movie, he's really good at taking bullets to the chest
And face.
and smashing into overhangs and just getting up and walking away.
And
That was
depending-
pretty crazy.
He's
just
wildly
like,
durable.
ow.
I mean, depending on the book, there's also some where his suit, it like does actually enhance him and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but generally Batman.
Because he's rich.
He's at peak human condition, which means he can do stuff and we don't have to explain it.
On a bare bones level, that's the biggest differences between Moon Knight and Batman. Moon Knight's powers are new every writer.
Yeah, it just whatever makes the story
fun.
cool.
But everyone sees him throwing moonerangs and think he's just Batman. That's
I
what they
believe
all
they're
think.
called crescent knives or something like that.
Yeah, but moonerangs are way
It does
cooler.
sound cooler, yeah.
Moonerang.
They're like they're called something like crescent knives or crescent
They
discs.
actually
or something like that.
change shape based on the moon. So sometimes they're just a disc and sometimes they're not there.
It's just a big frisbee.
That would actually be pretty cool.
He's like, I gotta. Oh man,
Is there a new moon again?
shit! I gotta start paying more attention. I think I would actually pay.
That's
attention
actually
to
the nice.
I'm
He
just
goes, oh
picturing
crap,
the Avengers
bring the
call-
bullshit, go.
I'm picturing the Avengers calling up Moon Knight for like an Omega level threat. Moon Knight, we really need you. Bro, if you'd called me yesterday.
phases of the moon and
Yeah,
stuff.
but we're at a new
it's
moon.
not
I
a
don't
good
got
night
much.
for me.
I don't got much. Fuel in the tank right now.
Tomorrow night, though, or the night after, if things are still happening and we're not all dead, I'm totally there.
Dude, that would be the greatest thing ever if they kept that power set. You know, how Spider-Man is always just distracted.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
not in the group.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they always call it Moon Knight.
And he's
always
just like on his couch with a beer.
it's a new moon. It's a
Nah,
new moon.
bro.
I can't come out.
Can't come out, man.
Sorry, I got moon things.
Moon stuff.
Got moons.
Why does he always say he's got moon stuff?
What does that even mean?
He's just mooning people from his window. I got moon
Why
stuff.
would you go there with it?
Yeah, we were on a very serious conversation here.
My bad, guys. My bad.
Just takes me right out of the conversation.
So Moon Knight versus Batman. That he also doesn't have a supporting cast like Batman does.
I mean, he does.
It's all in his head though. It's all him.
No, he's had actual
Right
I
now
mean,
he's got a team.
He had Frenchie for a little while. That was like his driver.
Right. He had the cult of Khonshu that he kind of
For a little while,
interweaves
he
with.
had. Yeah, there's been different people.
Right now he's got a vampire.
Yep. Tigra. Ben would love.
Tigra.
She's a female cat lady.
There you
You're
go.
totally in.
I did start reading it because Tiger was in it.
And there's
best
somebody
comic
else.
ever.
There's somebody else.
There is.
Well,
I don't
he
know
had
their name.
the second fist of Khonshu.
Oh yeah, the other fist.
Yeah.
Wait, he's got another name now though. What is his other
Yeah,
name?
it's
The other
it's like the
fist.
Moon Hunter or something like that.
He's not the
I think
other
he's,
fist.
I think
That's
he's
what he
called the
kept
Moon
calling
Hunter.
himself.
I think
It's
is what
something
it's
like
something
that,
along those
yeah.
lines. Yeah.
All right,
But he's like,
another fist, let's go.
I'm the second fist of Khonshu, which makes sense because everybody's got two.
That was the best
Well, not
line.
everybody, and I apologize for those who don't have two fists.
It's because he's like, do you think our God only has one hand? You've seen him. He's got two fists.
So yeah, there's that guy.
But it's different than the Bat family. Is
Right,
what
yeah,
I'm getting
there's-
at.
He's got
There's
a new guy.
It'd be
I
funny
don't
if he
know
had
his
like a. Well, I mean, Nightwing would totally work for Moon Knight.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Name wise.
That crossover would be incredible.
That would be awesome.
Just Nightwing referencing him as if he's Batman. My guy.
It'd be funny if they gave him like a Robin type character.
There's a 13-year-old boy he got off the streets.
See,
I mean, it would totally work. It's the god is like, your Khonshu is like, yeah, grab that one. We'll make him in the next Moon Knight.
Get that one over
Get
there.
that one over there. I like that one.
The one that's still in the tires off that really cool car.
Find the blonde. I like the blonde. Get the blonde.
All right,
Not
sign
the
this
ginger.
contract.
He doesn't
you
have
my
any
guy.
soul. What am I gonna do with that? I would be an awesome god. Just so we're clear on that.
I don't think you would.
I would be a fantastic god.
I mean, in the Conchu style.
In the Conchu sense, yeah. Not
Well, I
like
mean,
not like a good
Conchu's
god.
kind of a dick, so yeah.
I'd be an awesome god, not a good god. Just to be clear on that one.
He's cool.
My god's the kind of guy you can, grab a beer with.
So let's get to the inevitable talk that everyone's going to have in the comments, and I want to know your actual opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Batman versus Moon Knight. Now we've kind of gone over the power sets and how they really differ.
This is
Like
how it
who
would
would
go.
win in a straight fight?
Yeah.
Batman.
First time
You
they
have an
fight.
anti-moon spray.
Yeah, sounds
See, that's just it. With Batman versus Moon Knight, I would say the first time they fight, Moon Knight.
Probably.
Second time they fight, Batman. Because as much as people want to say, as long as he got prep time, he always loses at the start of every
That
comic
is true.
he's got.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, but in the long run, Batman would be able to defeat him.
Like once he understands
He would get his butt
it.
kicked, and then he would be like, moon-based powers. What if I block out the moon? Superman, can you move the moon for a minute?
Alfred, we've only got one choice to beat this guy. We've got to blow up the moon. Luckily,
Batman,
I have my
what?
moon missile right
Batman
here.
would
Why do I
do-
feel like there would be if this ever happened, Batman would just have Superman move the moon.
Just like briefly.
I,
That won't really mess with the planet that much.
that's the direction you go. My head goes, he would do some sort of psychological thing to keep him as Steven.
That's probably
That
what
I could
I was going
see.
to say. That is actually probably what Batman
Talk
would
him
do.
into like
Yeah,
staying
yeah,
in
yeah.
Steven.
Yeah.
Well, Steven's not the way Steven is in the show, in the comic.
No, he's
No,
not.
but there's always one version of Moon Knight
That isn't as
that
good.
Is
Yeah.
not strong.
I like our
or-
chat. Our chat's also like, it also depends on what phase of the moon Batman's fighting him on.
This is true.
That's a good point.
And how many bats Batman has at his disposal. We let that power out. He controls bats.
When
Baseball
in
bats,
your head, when did Batman start just manually controlling all the bats? Did you watch one of those
Baseball
old
bats,
Batman
though.
movies?
Just baseball bats floating
like in
around
Batman
him.
Returns, Batman controls bats and he sleeps upside down.
There you go.
He slips up and down in 89.
Oh, okay, and then he
Yeah.
controls the bats in
Yeah,
Returns. Yeah, he's like a physical.
Oh, that's
bat.
right. Sorry, it's Beast Boy and Titans that controls bats. And Morbius when he controls bats.
You might be getting man
And Man Bat in
confused with
Batman.
Batman.
When he
You
controls
keep bringing up Batman and his bats. Batman and his
Sick 'em. And just bunch
What?
of
Which Batman comic are you reading? Because it sounds really good.
It's fan fiction. I've been writing it on the side.
He's like, well, actually, I saw Morbius and I was like, you know what would be awesome? Batman was an actual bat.
Batman had those powers.
I mean,
that
Batman
would be
would
cool.
have whistles to like make bats freak out and like swarm people.
That's true. I mean, that has
I
happened.
think that's what he used in Batman Returns. How do you control the bats in Batman Returns?
A beeper.
Was it a beaver?
I think so.
Are you talking about in Batman Begins?
Was it Batman Begins?
It was, he had like a sonic device that
Yeah.
called them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
no,
he
in
used
Batman
in the
Returns, he
comics.
controls the penguins to mess
Yeah.
with Penguin.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he does. Batman controls animals.
Psychically.
Batman is a Dungeons and Dragons character with animals speaking.
Everybody knows penguins are just like the bats of the Arctic.
He did control them psychically, though. Have you seen Batman Returns?
he did not control penguins psychically in Batman Returns.
It was like, come on, Penguin.
He's
No,
like,
no,
Aquaman's
actually-
got his fish. I got my
Okay, actually,
penguins.
because I just rewatched Returns, I do want to state, I don't know if this is worse. No, what he did is he deactivated Penguin's mind control. on the
There you
penguins,
go.
And then the
That's
penguins
different.
collectively turned on Penguin,
Right, until they
pushing
gave
him
him
through a window.
until they gave him a funeral at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
But they pushed him through a window.
Sure.
Like they suddenly became like, oh, we're consciously thinking about how to get rid of this guy.
Penguins are the bats of the north. Everybody knows that. And the south, technically, depending on the type of penguin.
Okay, sorry. Let's continue.
Okay,
But
so
no, I think realistically, Dan's right. Moon Knight would probably win the initial scuffle, and then Batman would eventually
Batman would then study him
Yeah, yeah.
and move the moon.
move the moon, obviously.
You laugh.
He'd somehow
But
convince...
some writer would
you
do
s-
that.
He'd somehow convince Mark that, like, Khonshu doesn't exist and then zap all of his powers.
That I could see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I feel like you're going with move the moon, where I would think more like use some sort of technology to make the moon like seem like it's disappeared and make him feel like it's gone.
Yeah.
I just
And
'Cause Mark's
overcomplicate it.
crazy.
see that would probably work, but I just always like because if you think Andy can vouch because he's seen a lot of the old animated series. Whenever Batman would use Superman, it was never just to have Superman win the thing. It was like Superman, pretend to be me for a minute, like put the mask on.
That was a good episode.
yeah,
so
that
they'll
was a
shoot
good one.
That was a good
you,
episode.
and like I mean I know you could just round them all up, but this way I'm not useless.
It makes me still feel like this is my city. and I am the knight.
Like every time he uses Superman, though, it's always like that. It's like Superman's a tool so that Batman can win. Like,
I mean, Superman is kind of a tool.
and I always find that funny because Superman's the kind of guy that would be like, I know I could just do this, but this will help my buddy Bruce feel better about himself.
I'm pretty sure he said that once. Like, you know, I could just go get them for you, right? No, this is my plan.
Got a whole lot of plans.
Just like Red Dead Redemption. There's a plan.
What?
In Tahiti.
What? Where the hell did that come from?
You said plan, and I still can't get that out of my head. We got a plan.
Like, I know we sometimes tangent, but that was even bad for us. And when I say us, I mean you.
So anyway, Superman moves to the moon. That's my version.
All right, yours is good. Let us fix it so it's not crap.
Okay.
All right, so
No, I like that he would hide it. That would I could see that.
hide the moon, Superman.
No,
Here's a giant
In the
tarp.
sun. Oh no.
no, he would use technology. He puts it in the sun.
It's cool, Batman. I just put it in the sun for a little while. No, you fool.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Just
I don't know where to go from here.
Let's-
Do you? Any idea?
I don't know.
You're the one who suddenly went down redemption.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Ugh.
And then after the fight, we get an amalgam issue where they mix.
Arachnite.
Well, it would be Arachnite because it's Batman and Moon Knight. Bat Knight. Or
Moon
Moon
Knight.
Man.
Oh wait.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the normal name.
Moon Man.
Bat.
And Moon Man's suit is just a big moon. He's just waddling into combat.
It's the Dark Moon.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
I'm just picturing a guy like a moon mascot costume running
Of
in.
course you are.
I'm coming to save the day.
I feel like we need to end this.
Yeah. I don't know where
I don't know where you're going
the
anymore.
podcast is anymore.
Oh, I do like so Dark Moon was great. I like that one. Yeah.
I like Moon Man. It's a
Man.
fun name.
Yeah.
That's one of his villains.
It's the Bat Moon.
The Bat Moon.
I mean, that actually would work because you think about it. Instead of Concho, you just have Barbados.
Yeah.
But he's not friendly.
I mean,
Neither is
Khonshu's
Khonshu.
not really.
That's true.
He tried to kill the entire
Khonshu's
Earth.
constantly like, Mark, here's the power to go do things. Oh, you want to mess with me? Well, now you've got 9 more personalities.
Bitch. This would be me if I was a god.
I
say
think
bitch
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
would be.
I think we should end this on that note.
On bitch?
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, why not?
Thank you for watching today's episode of Comics Experiment. Probably one of our most off the rail episodes ever.
I don't think we even got to the second half of what we said we were going to do, and
We did
I
it.
love it.
We did it.
Did we? I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about the fight. You and me came up with like a legitimate argument. Ben
We
said he
did.
was going to move the moon. Yeah, remember? And then
That's
that
right.
turned into Red Dead Redemption. And then Ben started talking about a guy waddling around in a moon
How did
costume.
you get Red Dead
I don't
Redemption?
know.
Like, of all games,
I don't even know why my head went there.
I don't know either.
I haven't even played it recently.
I mean, you could say your head went there. I don't know why you said it out loud and then looked at us like we were supposed to immediately know where you went with it. Like, just like that thing we haven't all played in like a year and a half.
Dad's never even played it.
It's because he doesn't like cowboys. You know he's got that bad memory.
Are you okay, Dad?
let's just finish the show.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, G Fuel. Get the Hero Potion. Get the Morbius flavor. Nectarine's really good. And there is a Moon Knight flavor that was on their website. We're going to be getting that. I can't tell you what it tastes like yet because I don't have it.
It's called multiple personalities.
I'm assuming it's moonberries. And then when I said that to Huey, he said, are those real? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's moonberries. Is that an actual thing? I don't know. But I said it. So, yeah.
But I haven't tasted it yet, so take that for what you want with that. Don't forget to check out our other projects, Absolutely the Marvel and DC, where Dan and I sit down with a couple others reviewing movies and TV shows. You can go check out Dungeons and Ale, where all of us play Dungeons and Dragons on a regular basis. Or you can go check out Bed and Friends, where Dan ruins everything and you get to enjoy it until he does
do.
it and saved us.
But not on purpose.
That's fair. Yeah.
Sometimes I save them not on purpose.
That's also
On Fortnite, we all died, and then Dan hid in a bush, and then got us and revived us, and we won.
Bush strats. It works.
But Bed and Friends is our
code
gaming
name.
channel. Check out all 3 channels if you enjoy our content. We really do appreciate it. And as usual, thank you guys for 5 years of the Comics Experiment, and we will see you next week right here.